Hello and welcome to Biz Headlines on GhanaWeb TV. My name is Ernestina Sewa Asante. To our very first story, the Bank of Ghana has announced that it has fined and suspended the Forex license of fintech company ZPay Ghana Limited for breaching Clause 73A of the Inward Remittance. The central bank made a statement in a communique signed by the Secretary of BOG, Sandra Thompson, and copied to GhanaWeb Business. According to the Forex Regulation, Clause 73A states that the settlement bank shall use the average interbank exchange rate published by the Ghana Association of Banks on the day the transfer is received, or as prescribed by the Bank of Ghana for the conversion of settlement funds into local currency. Following the non-compliance by the Ghanaian-owned business, the BOG has suspended the Forex license of ZPay Ghana Limited from 27th November 2023 to 8th December 2023 for violation of Sections 3, Clause 1 and 15(3) of the Foreign Exchange Act 2006, Act 723, the statement detailed. The statement further cautioned industry players to adhere to the applicable Forex market regulations and guidelines strictly. The government of Ghana is set to lay before Parliament a constitutional instrument seeking to restrict the importation of certain strategic products into the country. The CI is expected to be laid before Parliament on Tuesday, November 21st, which include items such as rice, diapers, tripe, popularly known as yemwadie, among other imported products. In all, government is targeting to restrict the importation of about 22 items into Ghana as part of efforts to boost local production and curb high importation. Minister of Trade and Industry Katie Hammond, addressing journalists in Parliament, said government had to put up to $164 million towards the importation of yemwadie and other related items. Ghana secured its annual loan to pay for cocoa purchases at the highest interest rate on record, following this year's debt restructuring of the West African nation's obligations that ruined investor appeal. International banks have pledged to lend industry regulator Ghana Cocoa Board $800 million for cocoa purchase from farmers at almost 8%, according to two people familiar with the terms of the deal. It is the coolest syndicated facility the board has received since the annual loan started in 1992 to 93, the people said, asking not to be identified because the transaction isn't public yet. The board, also known as Cocoa Board, has previously obtained loans from investors at better rates than the government at an average rate of 2%. This year, the negotiations have been complicated by the West African countries' debt restructuring exercise that was needed to unlock a $3 billion government bailout from the International Monetary Fund. The government of Ghana has authorized a non-pre-approval visa on arrival for all visitors coming into Ghana from 1st December to January 15, 2024. This means that passengers coming into Ghana will be issued their visas upon arrival in the country during the period. In a statement issued by the Ghana Tourism Authority and cited by GhanaWeb Business, the Visa on Arrival program forms part of the December in Ghana campaign, which is in line with government's Beyond the Return initiative. It also pointed out that the Minister of Transport, Kweku Ofori-Esiama, in a letter signed and addressed to all airlines, called upon them to update their systems to reflect this new arrangement, while the CEO of GTA welcomed the visa waiver and encouraged travelers to take advantage of the program. The Ghana Tourism Authority explained that the Visa on Arrival program aims to facilitate and encourage increased arrivals to Ghana during the festive season. Producer price inflation has dropped to 9.6% in October 2023. This was made known by the Ghana Statistical Service. The development represents a 15.5 percentage point dropped to the PPI relative to the figure recorded in September this year, 25.1%, while the month-on-month change in PPI between October and September 2023 was pegged at 1.1%. The Ghana Statistical Service further said the PPI industry led by the construction sector witnessed a decline to 9.0% in October 2023 from an earlier 26.4% recorded in September 2023. The tax on sanitary pads was one of the most talked about taxes before the reading of the 2024 budget statement in Parliament by the Minister of Finance, Ken Ofori-Atta. While some Ghanaians were not satisfied with the solution stated by the government through the Minister of Finance, Ken Ofori-Atta, others feel it is a way to at least allow young girls and women to heave a sigh of relief during menstruation. Speaking at the 5th edition of the Deloitte Economic Dialogue in Accra on Wednesday, November 22nd, the Deputy Minister of Finance, Abena Osei Asari, disclosed that Fair Enterprise and Sunda Ghana were the local companies to produce sanitary pads for young girls and women per user on a large scale. She noted that Sunda Ghana can produce 900 million sanitary pads, with Fair Enterprise producing 600 pieces of sanitary pads in a year when given the needed support from government. She noted that Sunda Ghana has employed 900 people, while Fair Enterprise currently has about 40 employees. The Office of the Special Prosecutor has issued a directive for the suspension of a proposed partnership agreement between Tema Oil Refinery and Tema Energy and Processing Limited. The directive follows an analysis of the corruption risk associated with the proposed partnership by the Special Prosecutor's Office. In a letter dated November 21st, addressed to TOR's Managing Director Daniel Osei Appiah, the OSP instructed TOR to provide all necessary documentation related to the agreement by the close of Tuesday, December 5th. The letter mandated TOR to immediately halt the proposed partnership agreement, ongoing transactions or negotiations, operations, and any other activities linked to the agreement until further notice from the Special Prosecutor. That's all by way of news this week. Before we go, do log on to www.ghanaweb.com for more stories. Do well to follow us on all social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at the Ghana Web. On YouTube, GhanaWeb TV. My name is Ernestina Sewa Asante.